We're back. The $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill getting enough votes to pass the Senate within the last hour. Still needs to go to the House. And the infrastructure ETF is pushing higher today, having its best day since late July. One of our investment committee members making some moves in that space. Let's talk about that right now. Stephanie Link, you bought more GE and Emerson Electric. Tell us about both.
I did. They are beneficiaries of infrastructure, but they're also restructuring stories. So for GE, we've talked about Culp, the CEO, for a couple of years now, doing asset sales, doing M&A. But most impressive to me in the second quarter was free cash flow. They beat by $500 million, and they're guiding to $5 billion for the year. I think they actually might even beat that number. So aviation is a recovery story. Power, they're doing a great job executing. Healthcare is their gem. Emerson's also an interesting story, too. Again, infrastructure beneficiary. Automated solutions is about 66% of total revenue. But this is a hidden energy play. Chevron, Exxon, Valero, some of the biggest clients are those companies. And also you have a new CEO who's trying to change the culture, cutting costs, focusing on organic growth of 4 to 6%. So I think margins also can go higher as they cut costs, and you're going to see that operating leverage. Both the stocks are up about 20% or so, but I think there's a lot more that they can do going forward.
Yeah, Emerson is a new high today as well. Josh Brown, you're looking at MLM, Martin Marietta.
Yeah, I would just say most of these stocks look pretty good to me. I'm not like an expert in materials or construction companies, but Vulcan looks good too. This one just technically looks a little bit better, and Vulcan is in the midst of this big acquisition they're making. So I think it's obvious MLM is looking for 400. I really don't see what would stop it. I would caution people, though, against quote-unquote infrastructure like bets, because Pelosi's going to tie this thing up in the House till the fall. They're going to try to turn this into a much bigger bill, and they're going to make a very big show about how high they want tax rates on, quote, the wealthy or corporations. Like that's going to drag out. So you should not be buying these stocks because it's a, quote, infrastructure trade. You should buy them because technically they look outstanding, and the fundamentals are pretty good too, both of those things lining up. So out of all of them, I mentioned AA before, and I'd say MLM is probably the second best chart in the group.
I just want to be clear because I don't understand myself, or I don't know the answer myself, better said. Do you own it?
No.
Okay. Are you thinking about?
It's not my area of the market. I'm giving you the stocks that look the best on technicals.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure.
I would not buy it.
I just want to make sure we were giving full disclosure to our viewers because I just didn't know the answer to the question myself.
No position, Judge.
Got you. Farmer Jim, Cleveland Cliffs, Marathon, two stocks you already own.
I do own them. I've talked about them a lot, but Cleveland Cliffs, new 52-week high, new multi-year high today. I mean, the stock is just an animal, and to Josh's point, it's both technicals and the fundamentals. The free cash flow story here is fantastic with or without infrastructure. If you get infrastructure, this stock's going to be over $30. That's what today's price movement is showing you. Marathon Petroleum has languished the past few weeks, but if you're going to be building...
Maybe you should get those. Is that your phone? Is that your phone?
It's not my phone.
Whose phone is that?
It's not my phone. I mean, it may be somebody. It's somebody calling in to buy Cleveland Cliffs and Marathon Petroleum. Hold your horses till after the show. Yes. Marathon Petroleum, if you're going to be building windmills, if you're going to be building solar panels, you're going to have to transport things by rail, by ship, by airplane. You're going to need fuels. And by the way, with or without infrastructure, jet fuel demand is picking up. Gasoline demand is picking up. This stock has a buyback in place over the next year that's going to buy back 20% of its shares. So Marathon Petroleum is obvious with or without infrastructure.